Welcome to today's tutorial. I'm here to teach you how to make this beautiful bubble gown with a cowl neck at the back and a strap to hold the neck together. This gown is very beautiful and it has a snatch waistline. If this is what you would like to learn, please sit back, watch the video. You will learn a lot from it. Is very detailed and beginners friendly. Please subscribe, like and share if you find this video helpful. Please help your girl to grow, and I love you and appreciate all you do, my returning subscribers. Let's dive right into the tutorial. Now, here are the materials needed: the crepe material and the chiffon material. The chiffon material is 2 yards while the crepe is 2.5 yards, and both of them are by 60 inches length. So let's start with the chiffon material because this is going to be the front. If you look at the thumbnail very well, you notice that the plain material is the one at the back and the flowered is at the front. So you fold your material, place it very well, make sure it aligns very well. You can as well pin it down so that it will not move. Then you measure the neckline. I did 4 inches by 3 inches, 4 inches width. Then the depth is 3 inches. That is what I'm doing. It depends on your body build. If you're on a slimmer side, you can do 3 by 3. So I decided to do 4 inches by 3 inches, 4 inches width. Then the depth is 3 inches. That is what I did. Remember, we're cutting only for the front. We have not moved over to the back. We'll cut it alone. So you curve your neckline. Then after curving it, the next thing we're going to do is to measure the shoulder. The shoulder here is 16 inches divided by 2 is 8 inches. I've gone ahead to measure the shoulder. Then from the shoulder line, you're going to mark 15 inches. It depends on where you want the sleeve to be. If you measure from the middle of your back or from your shoulder to where the sleeve will be, then you know what to add. I use 15 inches from the shoulder. Then to drop the sleeve opening, I went down by 13 inches for the sleeve opening. Then I connected to the line back to that sleeve sleeve mark I made before initially. Please watch the video closely, you understand what I'm doing. Then I've gone ahead to pin my material so that it will not move. Remember, we're working with a chiffon material and it tends to move very easily. And I'm cutting out the neckline. Then after the neckline, you're going to cut from that place straight down. You're not going to give it any shape, but if you want you can, but I don't give it any shape. I just cut straight down to the hem line, straight down to the hem line. Remember, I've not taken the length of the gown, so I want to take the measurement of the length of the gown now. So let me take it. I'm making use of 64 inches, but I'll add extra 2 inches allowance to make it 66 inches. So let's take the length measurement. Please watch the video carefully. You understand what I'm doing, even if you don't understand my explanation, but I believe that you do understand my explanation. But if you don't, if you watch the video carefully, you'll understand what I'm doing. So I've gone ahead, I've gotten 60. From that 60, I place my finger on it. Then from there, I'm placing my tape to start afresh and measure extra 6 inches to make it 66 inches. Let me draw it up so that you see it clearly. Make sure you pin. Remember, you need to pin. If you did not pin and you're doing all this, it will shift. This is chiffon material. Then I'm marking the 6 inches, that is 66 inches in all. I'm marking it out. Then I'll trim off the excess, trim it out. So after that, we'll remove this part and work on the back. Look at the back. This is crepe material. It's crepe. So I folded it into two. Remember that the cowl, the neck part, will be facing the close edge of the crepe material. Look at it very well. You understand what I'm doing. Look at the neck side is facing the close edge of that material. Folded the material into two because we're only cutting for the back, but we'll use the front and trace it out. Pin and make sure you pin, please, because we are going to do a lot of movement as we're moving the material so that the front will not shift from the back. Pin it very well. Look at it very well. The middle of the front is facing the middle of the back with no opening, and the sides with the opening is the other side. Look at the video very well. You see how I placed it. You see the placement. You see how it's slanted. It's slanted. Let me work on the down part. After that, I'll still shift it off so that you will see it very well. Look at it. Let me arrange it properly, because you need to make sure that it aligns so that after cutting it, one side will not be higher than the other part. And make sure you pin. Please pin. It's very necessary for you to make use of your office pin. Then look at how I placed the material. Look at the placement of the material, the downside. Are you seeing it? Look at it. Look at the close edge, the two close edge. Look at it there. Then look at that place. That place is the open part. Then let me trim off the little excesses that is remaining there. Trim it out. Look at the tip of those close edge. I do not touch it. Leave it like that. I do not touch the tip of the close edge. Just make sure that the two sides aligns. That is the most important thing. The two sides that will have the same line aligns. Then you shift it down so that the upper part will be clearer. You will understand what we're going to do. Look at how I place it. I slanted it. It's in a slanted form. Let me shift my camera so that you understand it very well. Look at it. Look at that part. Look at it. That is where the cowl neck will be. The dropping, that is where it will be. Then look at that place. Look at the shoulder line. Look at it very well to the down part. Look at it very, very well. Look at it very well. Look at the placement very well. Even if you don't understand what I'm saying, but when you want to cut yours, place it exactly the way I place it. Then you cut from the shoulder and cut the sides down. Okay. Then, but before you do, let's make a mark on the neckline. After making a mark with your chalk on the neckline, you're going to notch it. No, let me make a mark first with my chalk. Make a mark on the neckline so that while joining it, you know where your neckline starts and where your shoulder line starts. So you make a notch with your scissors. Then you trim the shoulder. From the shoulder, you trim it out. Make sure that the shoulder is equal. Then you come by the side. You start trimming by the sides. Yes, trim by the sides down. This is what I'm doing. Please watch carefully. You'll understand what I'm doing. I hope you're understanding it. I don't want to fast forward the side so that you understand the cutting process. Okay, I've gone ahead to cut that part, and let's remove the pins so that we'll work on it. Look at the neckline. Remember the notch that we made there on the neckline so that you know how to work on the cowl where you want to join it. Remember, let me notch it again. Remember that place. Okay, then you can go ahead and mark for your snatch waistline where the belt is going to be. I'm marking from the shoulder to 15 inches. Is constant for all. If you want to use this for your ready to wear, you can use it for L sizes. 15 inches from your shoulder, then from the middle you mark 8 inches. 15 inches from your shoulder, then from the middle of the material, from the midpoint or middle of the material, you mark inwards 8 inches. Then I'm using my pin to hold it down so that when I turn to the other side, it will be easier for me to make a mark there with my chalk. That is what I'm doing to the other side, so that both of them will be the same. That is for the snatch waistline. We're going to fix an inner belt there, so that when you tie it behind, you have that snatched effect on the waistline. So now unpin your material so that we'll start the sewing process. Now I'm gonna head to unpin. Okay, then the neckline, I'm going to turn it with my bias. Going to turn the neckline with my bias. You can use facing, you can turn with facing, or you can fold the neckline into two, but me, I want to use bias to pipe it so that it will give me a neat finishing. So let me do it, come back and show you. And remember, the back neckline, you will still fold the back neckline. From that place we notched to the other end of the notched part, we're going to forward it inside, or you can still as well use your bias if you have a matching bias to do it. I don't have a matching bias, so I decided to fold inwards twice. So now I've done the folding. This is the belt we're going to use for the snatched waistline. This belt is measured lengthwise 32 inches. 32 inches by 4 inches. 32 inches by 4 inches. Unfold, it will give you 2 inches. Then you run a straight stitch down and cover the tips. Do the same to the other part, and come back and show you how to fix it on your material to get that snatched effect on the waistline. And look at the two marks. Let me make it to be clearer so that you understand what we are doing. Remember, the mark we made from 15 inches from the shoulder, from the midpoint 8 inches. When you open it, it will give you 16 inches. The 2 points, remember it. Then let me sew this and come back and show you. I've gone ahead to sew it and turn it to the right side. Then let me show you how you pin. You pin facing the inner part. Watch closely and see how I'm pinning it. Then take the other one, place it on that same mark and pin it down. Please make sure you pin so that it will align. See how it's going to look like after sewing down. Let me go and sew it down. I'll come back and show you how it looks. Okay, I've got ahead to sew it down. This is how it looks. You can tie it after wearing it. You tie it to the back and you get that snatched effect on the waistline. Now place your bubu together and make a notch for the sleeve. Please, I forgot to make the notch. That is why I'm redoing it again. Mark it and make a notch for the sleeve. That's 13 inches opening. You can do yours 12 inches. It depends on what you want, but I decided to make mine 13 inches. Make a notch both on this and the back part so that you know where you fold your sleeve and where the joining will start from. Okay, this is the crepe material for the back. I'm marking from the shoulder to where the sleeve opening will be, which is 13 inches, which is the same thing I've done to the front part, the crepe part of it. Okay, let me notch it so that while joining it will be very easy for us. Then you place your material, and remember we're going to work on the shoulder line now. The shoulder line. Let me bring the front. Okay, look at the front. Then you're going to place, remember that place our notch started, that is where you're going to place on the front part. Place it on the front shoulder line, then you make a stretch stitch down and do the same on the other side. Make a stretch stitch down with half an inch. Let me do it and come back and show you. Okay, now I've gone ahead to make the stretch stitch, look at it, down, and I've gone ahead to fold the sleeve area, fold it inwards to from the beginning of the notch part to the other notch part. I've folded it inside. So what we're going to do is to fold the sides and hem the down part. Fold the sides and hem the down part. This is what we're going to do. I've gone ahead to fold the sides. Look at it. I folded this and I've hemmed the down part. Let me turn it to the right side so that you will see how it's looking. Look at it. BUBU is taking place. It's taking shape, sorry. It's taking shape. Looking beautiful. Okay, look at the hemline. The bottom, I've hemmed it. And look at the shoulder line. So let's look at the cowl neck at the back. Look at the cowl neck at the back. Is it not beautiful? Now, look at it. Remember, we are still going to put a strap at the back to hold the cowl so that when wearing it, it will not fall out. So let me get the strap. First of all, measure the neckline. Look at how I'm measuring it. I'm placing my tape. Watch carefully and measure from one point of the shoulder to the other. Front shoulder to the other. Look at it, place it straight. Then what I got is 10 inches. I got 10 inches, but while cutting it, I'll cut 11 inches because I'm going to sew it with half an inch on both sides. Okay, let me bring the material that I'll use. Brought the material. I've gone ahead to cut. See, I'm making use of 2 inches. 2 inches width and the length is 11 inches. 2 inches width and 11 inches in length. Now I'll go over to my sewing machine and turn it to the right side after sewing it. Then I'll show you how to place it. Let me go and do it and come back and show you. Okay, I've gone ahead to sew and turn it. Now let me show you how to fix it with your pin. Or place it underneath it. Use your pin and hold it down. Then after holding it down, you go to your sewing machine and run a stretch stitch on top of it, and make sure that this passage will be able to enter your head while wearing it, while putting it on. Okay, I've gone ahead to sew it. Look at it. Look at our BUBU. Is it not beautiful? Please, if you find this video helpful, please like, share, comment, and turn on the notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever I post a new video. This is the beauty of my mannequin. Look at the back view. The cowl is dropping and is draping. It's draped very well. Look at the front with the snatched waistline. Look at it very well. Isn't this beautiful? It's very beautiful. Very, very beautiful.